So, welcome students to another session. Just started. Right. Welcome. We are going to talk about another topic in this session: rolling of a body on inclined plane. So, you will be coming. This is an important topic. Often questions are asked on this in competitive exams. Simple topic. Let us try to understand what is the thing involved in this. Rolling and slipping terms you will be coming across. So let us first understand them. This is a simple example. There is a body kept on the ground, let us say, and it is a little rough surface. It is creating, let us say, friction. Okay, and you are applying a force here. Let us say I am taking some vague example that what will be the friction in this body will have some weight, so it will be mu times W. Let us say that value, that frictional force is 40 Newton. Let us say, all right, and let us say this height is 1 meter. It's a block. You're applying force. What is going to happen? About this point, there will be a torque, F multiplied by this distance. There will be a torque because of this force also. That means F multiplied by 1 will be 1 torque. It will be in the clockwise direction and this will be in the anti-clockwise direction. So W into this distance. Let us say this distance is also some value. Okay, I will call that value as A, let us say, or 0.5. This block length is 1, so this will be 1 by 2 or 0.5. So this is your net torque, isn't it? If this value is more, what will happen? It will try to topple about this point. I have discussed a topic called toppling. There I have talked about this topic. Okay. So if there is a net torque, it will try to topple about this point. Then the rolling will start. Imagine this is a ball. What will happen? There will be rolling. Rolling is a motion which is translation plus rotation. Now understand here that Fs is 40 newtons and you are gradually increasing the force. Alright, and let us say for rolling to happen, obviously this force multiplied by distance, you have made the calculation, and let us say for 30 newton, more than 30 newton force, see, when you are increasing this force, you will get 10, 20, 30, like that, no? So at some stage you will get 30 newton force. Okay, so this value, when it becomes greater than 0 means, let us say it becomes greater than 0 when F is equal to 30. Some weight is given 20 kg, like that. Okay, मैं ये बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि 40 न्यूटन इसमें फ्रिक्शन इज डेवलप्ड एंड 30 न्यूटन से ज़्यादा फोर्स होगा तो ये टॉपल करेगा. So let us see some example. You apply 10 Newton force. Neither friction, neither slipping. Friction means what? When you exert this force, this block will move. That is slipping. If it doesn't move and it rolls, it will be something like this. That is rolling. Alright. So initially let us say force 10 Newton. Neither is happening. Neither rolling nor friction nor sliding. You apply 20. You apply 25, all these three cases, no. You apply 29, still no. You apply 30, rolling will start. 30.1, it will start to roll. 32, 35, 36. So what is happening? So before it could slide, it started to roll. That is rolling of a body on an inclined plane without slipping. Rolling without slipping means what? So rolling should happen before the slipping starts. Okay, so that is the condition. Okay, so what was the condition here? The force must be less than the maximum frictional value. Let us say directly you had applied a force of 50 Newton. What will happen? It will slide. Rolling didn't happen at all. Directly it slided over. Okay, so this is what is involved in this. You need to understand that. So based upon this, let us have a small discussion. There is an inclined plane like this and there is a object kept over here. This can be a cylinder, a sphere, a disc, depending upon the problem. So this angle is given as theta, and we need to see how much will be the acceleration and how much will be the mu value. This is a rough surface. So quickly let us write down all the forces that are involved. So it will have a normal force in this direction. Mg will be acting like this. This will be mg cos theta. This will be mg sin theta. If it tries to roll down, the friction value will be here. This is our frictional value, which is nothing but mu n. You see here the friction value will be between the object and the contact surface. The rest of the forces will be acting at the CG. So these are the forces. Alright. Now if you write the equations of motion here, this is trying to roll down, let us say. So what will be the force here? The force will be mg sin theta minus F should be equal to ma, where a is the acceleration in this direction. So I will say this is x and this is y. Alright. So this is Newton's laws of motion we have seen. Alright. Now if this object has to roll, and you can write the equation in the y direction also. Y direction there is equilibrium, x direction motion is happening, y direction there is only equilibrium condition. Sigma Fy is equal to 0 and will be equal to mg cos theta. So you know that F is equal to mu times n. So you can write mu mg cos theta. Right? So you can frame it over here. Now if the body has to roll, there must be a torque. So let us see who is creating a torque here. The torque is created by the frictional force. Okay. So the torque is torque of what we are talking about, center of mass, will be equal to I about center of mass into alpha. You know that A is equal to R alpha because V is equal to R omega, we have discussed. This is the case of rolling, pure rolling. Remember? In the previous class we have discussed, you differentiate this, you get A is equal to R alpha, dV by dt is A, d omega by dt is alpha. Okay, so it is I alpha, but what is alpha now? It is A by R. This is the value of torque. Okay, so this is the definition. But who is creating the torque? The torque is being created by this frictional force. The torque is equal to force multiplied by distance. So the force multiplied by distance is mu mg cos theta, which is the frictional force, multiplied by radius. Okay, this disc or sphere or something will have its own radius. So this is the distance you have to take. About center it is going to rotate. Okay, so this is one expression we got, this is another expression we got. So using this we can calculate the unknowns acceleration, we can fix the value of mu depending upon the conditions. So like in the previous case I have told you that the condition for rolling is that the frictional force, it should be less than the frictional force. The force that you are going to, the force you are considering should be less than the frictional force. Okay, just write them. So here one small mistake is there. You see this is the, it is rolling about this point, right? It is rolling about, this is going like this point. So here is the mg sin theta force. You need to take mg sin theta multiplied by this. I have done a small mistake here. This torque, one definition is this, another is force into distance. Force is mg sin theta multiplied by this distance r. Okay, so these two we can equate them and we can find the value of A. So let us put the value of F from this equation and we can solve for the unknown. So before doing that, let us talk about F. Like in the previous simple example I told you that F must be less than or equal to mu times n for the condition of rolling. Remember that 40 Newton example which I have given you. Alright, this F should be less than or equal to, or you can say that the force must be equal to, the force that we are considering should be less than or equal to the frictional force. Like in the previous example, so we need to calculate that force. So let us solve for the value of A. So here what we will do is, we will equate these two. This becomes mg sin theta multiplied by r is equal to A by r. We want the value of A, so this becomes equal to A is equal to mg sin theta into r square by I, isn't it? So from here this A is unknown here, so A is equal to mg sin theta into r square divided by I. So the general expression for writing this I is mk square. I told you, for any rigid body, I in general format written as mk square, where k is the radius of gyration. Different bodies will have different radius of gyrations. This is the radius of, it is, you need to, we had a discussion on this in my previous videos. So this is the general format of writing the radius of gyration. So this is the value of A. Alright. So once you get the value of A, we have discussed that MA in the previous example should be less than or equal to mu times N. So this is the condition for what? For rolling. Okay, just pause the button and go back and see that 40 Newton example what I have given you. Okay, the moment this MA exceeds mu N, it will be a case of sliding. Okay, so A value you have got from here. So here I need to see here that this I value is mk square, right? So mm is cancelled, so you will not have this m term here, no? Where is that duster? So this I value, if you are talking about, okay, when you are writing in terms of I is mk square. You can further simplify this as, this is mk square, you know, the general way of writing it. So it is mk square, so mm will cancel. So you are basically getting g sin theta into r square by k square, right? So when you are taking this moment of inertia about the center of mass, so if you have to take about this, actually you have to do, apply this parallel axis theorem. Your I in that case will become mr square plus mk square. Okay, so here actually you are writing this mk square. If I'm taking moment of inertia, because it is rolling about this edge, you know, so it will be I parallel axis theorem. This is ICG plus mr square. So this denominator here actually will become, this will be mr square plus mk square. This mm will be cancelled, and if you divide by r square term, you will get g sin theta by 1 plus k square by r square. This is what you are going to get. So this A value we have to put it over here. So here if you write MA should be less than, what is N? Mu and G cos theta. So mm cancel. So that means when you take it, here we are talking about the mu value now. So mu G cos theta should be greater than or equal to A. Just flipping it. Alright? 1 less than equal to 3, 3 greater than equal to 1. So mu will be greater than equal to A by G cos theta. So A value we can obtain from this equation now. If you put it over here, mu should be greater than equal to g cos theta. So that should be the condition for which rolling should happen but not sliding. If it is less than that, sliding will happen. Okay. Some other associated terms like finding the speed. See, here you have found out the acceleration. Alright. Let us say the body started rolling from here and it reached over here. You take the situation that body was here and it reached over here. Obviously here some speed will be there, v. Here the speed is u is equal to 0. Right. Now you have worked out the value of acceleration. If you know this slant distance, can't we apply v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So this inclined distance is s. So u value is 0. A value is this value. So we can work out the speed with which it will reach the bottom. Okay. If any question is asked on that, we can do. So this is a special case. Most of the times questions are asked on this topic. Here they can give you a sphere, they can give you a cylinder, they can give you a hollow sphere, solid sphere. So you know the k values of that. I have given the table of that. So you need to put all those values, isn't it? So if you take the case of a disk, okay, if you take the case of a ring, let us say, so the ring value mk square, what is the k value there? R. Okay, if I take the value of a ring, the k value will be equal to R. If I take the value of if I take the case of a disk, it will be R by 2. If I take the case of a solid sphere, for solid sphere, what is the value of I? It is 2 upon 5 mr square, and this is equal to mk square. Mm cancel, k is equal to how much? Root over 2 by 5 r. So if solid sphere is given in the question, in the place of k, you need to put this value. Here you need to put this value and do the calculation. R square terms will be cancelled and you will get the value of A. Okay. So for solving this, you should know the value of moment of inertia of different shapes. So once you know that, you can work out the value of acceleration, you can work out the value of mu that is required. So you can remember this expression. You can further simplify this. If you further simplify this, let me just wipe this. Okay, take a screenshot. I'm going to wipe it. So let me just remove it. So we got mu should be greater than equal to g cos theta, isn't it? A by g cos theta. See, it was mu and should be greater than ma. So here mu mg cos theta was greater than ma, greater than equal to. So mm cancel. So mu should be greater than a by g cos theta, right? But what is the value of a from this expression? So mu should be greater than equal to g sin theta divided by 1 plus k square by r square multiplied by g cos theta, or g cancel. Mu should be greater than equal to tan theta divided by 1 upon k square by r square. Just put it back so that you are able to see the bottom values what I have written. Alright? So mu should be greater than this value. So you can remember this expression, or you can remember the derivation. For k values, you have to put different type of shapes which are asked in the question. K can be obtained from, it can be a sphere, a cylinder, or a disc, or a ring. Depending upon that, you have to make the calculations. So if any rolling of a body on an inclined plane making an angle theta is given, you have to do the calculations like this.